Let's bring in the mayor of Miami Beach, Mayor Philip Levine. Mayor, thank you for joining us. You are calling Irma a nuclear hurricane. You're telling people to obey the mandatory evacuation and get out. We just actually showed pictures, live pictures in Miami Beach of people headed north, the roads clogged with people heading north. Tell me what's on your mind right now.
Well, the most important thing is that our message gets out. This is about evacuation, not about eradication. We really believe this is a serious storm. That's why I called it a nuclear storm. It's that powerful. I see with your reporters on Miami Beach today all morning as I'm outside. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. That's the calm before the storm. Don't be fooled. People need to listen and get off Miami Beach. Our visitors are leaving. We want our residents to leave. We have buses set up with stops to pick them up, bring them to these emergency shelters if you don't have someplace to go. But you don't want to be on Miami Beach. As this storm moves in, it'll get tougher and more challenging. And of course, while it does hit, assuming that it continues on its path, our first responders are going to have a very challenging time getting and helping anyone that needs them.
You got 91,000 people in Miami Beach. What kind of help can you offer? I know we're telling people to evacuate, but evacuate to where? Not everyone has friends or family they can go to in northern Florida.
Absolutely. Dade County is opening up shelters all over the county for folks with special needs, seniors, even people that have pets that can bring their cats and dogs with them. There are special shelters for that. We have buses set up. We have trolleys set up to help them get to the actual bus stops on Miami Beach to help evacuate them out of the city.
Are undocumented immigrants safe to go to a shelter?
Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%.
Mayor, some of the towns up and down the coast have said that once the winds hit 40 or 45 miles per hour, first responders won't be able to help. And yet there are people up and down the road we're looking at right now, all the way to northern Florida, who are saying they're not leaving. What can they expect if they stay?
Well, I think, listen, we know how powerful this storm is. They're going to have to seek shelter. But there are shelters all up and down the state of Florida, and all of these communities have hardened hurricane-proof shelters. But once again, here in Miami Beach and in Miami, we want them to leave the barrier island. We're concerned about storm surge. We know how dangerous that can be. We're a low-lying area. But we need people to listen. We don't want heroes. We want people to save their lives. That's the most important thing, and that's what we're all about.
Have you asked the National Guard to come? We know the National Guard came out in force in Texas, and even before the storm hit, there were calls for National Guard support, for additional federal funding. What are you asking for?
Well, the National Guard, of course, that's the purview of the governor, and I understand the governor has already asked the National Guard to come out. Haven't seen them yet on Miami Beach. Our police force is doing a fine job, and our fire department and our emergency operations people. But listen, if this storm hits with this kind of intensity, we know we're going to have National Guard on the street, and we just want people at this point to leave the city.
All right, you too, please stay safe, Mayor. That is the mayor of Miami Beach, Philip Levine.